From a mighty avatar to Aang's mentor and guide to the spirit world. Let's deep dive into Roku's journey and explore how his bending evolved to make him one of the wisest and most powerful avatars of all time. Let's go back to where it started in the Fire Nation capital. As a boy, Roku grew up as the best friend to the Crown Prince and future Fire Lord Sozin. And they did everything together, from being awkward around girls to training with each other in the deadly art of firebending. While naturally skilled benders in their own right, Sozin and Roku would spar during the daylight hours to absorb energy from the sun and generate even more powerful flames they could use to attack. Along with the occasional tree root.
Ah! Looks like I win again, Roku.
Are you kidding? The tree root did all the work.
Roku and Sozin didn't just share a passion for setting hearts and objects on fire, but they also shared the same birthday, and they celebrated together every year until they turned 16. That's the day the Fire Sages showed up with a surprise for both of them.
Did something happen to my father?
No, Prince Sozin. We are not here for you. We are here to announce the identity of the next Avatar. It is our honor to serve you, Avatar Roku.
Roku was now destined to travel the Earth and master the elements. But when Sozin went to say goodbye, he discovered that Roku was reluctant to leave after the Fire Sages told him there would be no need to pack a bag. As the new Avatar, Roku would have to give up all of his worldly possessions.
Here, I hope you're at least allowed to have this.
But this is a royal artifact. It's supposed to be worn by the Crown Prince.
I want you to have it.
That very same artifact was later passed down by Iroh to his nephew Prince Zuko after Zuko discovered that he was in fact Roku's great-grandson. Over 100 years in the past, Roku began his Avatar journey to learn the other three elements by studying airbending at the Southern Air Temple with an old friend of Aang's, a young monk Gyatso.
Hey, Gyatso, you want to see a new glider trick? Check this out.
Roku took to airbending quickly with the help of Gyatso, as they spent their early days having fun and inventing wild new techniques with their gliders. Sometimes, they even showed off their new moves to the fellow air nomads. After learning everything he could about airbending, Roku traveled to the Northern Water Tribe to study waterbending. As a natural firebender, it was difficult for Roku, but after immersing himself in Water Tribe culture, he mastered the element and was able to defeat his teacher in combat with a tidal wave that launched him clear across the city. Roku eventually moved on to his final element with the art of earthbending, and he excelled, arguably matching his natural firebending skills in both precision and power. Near the end of his studies, Roku became so proficient at the earth wave technique, he could scale an entire mountain in seconds. After over 12 years of rigorous training, Roku had finally mastered the four elements. But his journey to become a fully realized Avatar had only just begun.
Customarily, my subjects bow before greeting me. But you're the exception.
Roku returned home greeted with open arms by Sozin, who was now the reigning Fire Lord, but still had time to be the best man at his wedding. It truly seemed as if their friendship could survive through anything. Or so they thought.
Our nation is enjoying an unprecedented time of peace and wealth. Our people are happy, and we're so fortunate in so many ways.
Where are you going with this?
I've been thinking. We should share this prosperity with the rest of the world. In our hands is the most successful empire in history. It's time we expanded it.
No, the four nations are meant to be just that. Four.
Roku, you haven't even stopped to consider the possibilities.
There are no possibilities. This is the last I want to hear about this.
While it took 17 years, eventually Roku discovered that Sozin had undermined him as he began to seize power by setting up Fire Nation colonies in the Earth Kingdom.
I've seen the colonies, Sozin. How dare you occupy Earth Kingdom territory?
Furious at Sozin's betrayal, Roku called upon the strength of all of his past lives and entered the Avatar state, greatly enhancing all of his abilities. By this point, Roku's airbending had advanced so much he could suspend himself as high as the royal palace.
I'm letting you go in the name of our past friendship. But I warn you, even a single step out of line will result in your permanent end.
Roku and Sozin wouldn't see each other again until late one evening, 25 years later. The island where Roku made his home had become engulfed in a volcanic eruption with smoke and ash so thick it was nearly impossible to breathe or see anything in front of you.
Let's go!
While his wife and the villagers fled to safety, Roku stayed back to slow the volcano. At first with an island-sized air sphere. But even Roku's monsoon-like gusts of winds were like a gentle breeze against the eruption. Surrounded on all sides by poisonous gas and intense heat, Roku used everything in his avatar power to hold back the volcano, including earthquakes to funnel the lava runoff. Roku's Dragon Fang feared the worst, but even weakened by the poisonous gas, he was still able to call upon the Avatar state to help him punch a hole through the mountain and bend a river of lava out through the other side. In spite of Roku's efforts, he was losing strength and hope seemed lost. That is until the last person he expected showed up.
Need a hand, old friend?
Sozin?
There's not a moment to waste.
Sozin and Roku were fighting on the same side together for the first time in 40 years. Two master firebenders going toe-to-toe with a volcano. Roku's quick earthbending even saved Sozin's life just before certain death. The old friends had almost made it to safety until Roku got hit with a full blast of poisonous volcanic gas. Sozin did nothing while Roku begged for his life, his true intentions finally revealed. With the Avatar gone, all his plans to expand the Fire Nation were finally possible. With the death of Roku, the Avatar cycle was renewed with the birth of Aang, and Roku passed on to the Spirit Realm to guide Aang through his journey as the next Avatar. While Aang was lost for over 100 years, Roku would eventually be able to meet him for a short time during the winter solstice when the line blurs between the spirit and physical world.
It's good to see you, Aang. What took you so long?
Roku told Aang about the return of Sozin's comet and that he needed to stop the Fire Lord before summer's end when he could use its power to win the war once and for all. Roku also let Aang know that there was a way for him to help the young Avatar in times of great danger. Only if he was ready.
I'm ready.
Ready? Fire!
Avatar Roku.
Enhanced by the winter solstice, Roku allowed his spirit to take control of Aang's body to defeat the Fire Nation soldiers and bend the lava deep below the earth to completely destroy the Fire Temple. Roku came to help Aang from the spirit world once more when Master Firebender and Fire Nation deserter Zhang refused to teach Aang anything about firebending.
You think I am weak?
Avatar Roku. No, I did not mean that.
I have mastered the elements 1,000 times in 1,000 lifetimes. Now, I must do it once again. You will teach the Avatar firebending.
Yes. I will teach you.
Really? That's great!
Through the rest of Aang's Avatar journey, Roku remained his mentor, teaching him how to tap into the spirit world. Aang learned that he could call upon his past lives for guidance and even protection through the Avatar state. This defense mechanism would save Aang's life more than once, but it turned the tide in his eventual battle with the Fire Lord. OZAI had the upper hand, but Aang made quick work of the Fire Lord after entering the Avatar state and using a new skill even Roku had never mastered: energy bending. Aang spared OZAI's life, but was able to defeat him by taking away his firebending forever. After the end of the 100-Year War, Zuko was crowned the new Fire Lord, and a brand new age of the Fire Nation had begun. And while the future seemed much brighter ahead, tension still loomed as Zuko's own fear of ruling like his father OZAI resulted in a promise forced upon Aang to end his life if he ever came close. Unfortunately, a year later, Zuko appeared to be making dangerous plans. Aang sought guidance in the spirit realm, but Roku simply told him that a promise is a promise.
If I had been more decisive and acted sooner, I could have stopped Sozin and stopped the war before it started.
Even if for the greater good, Aang refused to take Roku's guidance and burned his fire amulet, permanently severing his spirit connection with Roku. And while Aang eventually proved right and Zuko found his way as Fire Lord, burning the amulet damaged his connection to all the past avatars, and Aang needed to make an entirely new medallion to regain contact with his past lives. When Aang found Roku in the spirit world again, he apologized and hugged his master. Understanding, Roku told Aang that his job as the new avatar was to find balance between the past, present, and ultimately his own perspective. Aang would remember this lesson when he himself became a spirit guide to Avatar Korra. And just like all the avatars who came before him, including Roku, they all needed to learn to find their own path. From a loyal friend to a mighty avatar and everything in between, tell us which you think is the strongest of all of Avatar Roku's many skill evolutions. Comment below and keep watching for more of your favorite Avatar moments.